I hope that it's still recording. It just stopped recording and then it said it was still broadcasting. So can you guys still see and hear me? Can you type in the chat box that you can still see and hear me? So I know if I need to refresh. You know, there's like a little bit of a delay. Okay. Alright. Well then, hi, I am TR to anyone that is here and new. And if you want to chat with us, you will need to log in. We are going to have a fun art party. We are going to play with acrylics. I have some stamps. I have some embossing powder. I have markers, as usual, pastel pencils, things like that. Alright, so I am going to scratch my ear. And I am going to change my camera angle so that we can go ahead and get started. And of course, I have already gessoed my page, and I usually only do one side on Wednesday nights. And you'll hear me pause as I'm doing now, and that's when I'm reading what you guys are typing. Hello, Shirley. Hello, Arnett. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. All right, there's my page. Ooh, I just have an itchy ear tonight and a shadow, which I don't usually have. That's weird. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Tonight's theme is love your form. We're going to do a dress form tonight. And I say love your form because for you that have been with me, you know that I love infusing positive energy, positive thoughts, a bit of self-love into my art. It's always on a positive note. It's always uplifting. It's always about embracing your art, and it's always about loving you. So tonight we're going to do a dress form, and I just think about the female form. Whatever form and shape it comes in, it's your form. Love it, embrace it, and that's that. You know, top heavy, bottom heavy, wide, thin, tall, slim, fat, whatever. It's yours, and it gets you through each day, and it helps you to move around and walk around and be. So just embrace it and love it and enjoy it. It gets you through the day. It helps you to art. So anyway, I have pulled out these colors from Deco Art. These are similar to the colors that are in the color palette that I put on my blog at TIARESMITH. I'm sorry, my answer machine just came on. My brother's talking. I'll repeat that. It's www.TIARESMITH.com. That's trsmith.com. You can find the color palette there, but here it is for you to see. I have baby blue, primary blue, saffron yellow, cocoa, and blue harbor. And I might grab another color, but these are the colors that I'm planning to use. And I think I'm going to start with the darkest color. How about that? And tonight I have no idea. I know I want to do a dress form. Not sure what I'm doing with the background, but we're gonna paint. I do know that. So I've decided that I'm just gonna put some paint on the page and spread it and just see. So of course I always have water nearby. Water, paper towels, and baby wipes. And I'm just gonna spread the blue. And tonight I want to be very loose with my painting. So don't try to get all perfect with it. I just want to be loose. Literally. Just like that. And I actually wish this was a deeper blue. So I'm going to see if I have a deeper blue. More like a cobalt blue. And I have one here, and I'm just going to pour it right on top. This is another Deco Art, but this one is their Deco Art media, their mixed media collection. Same thing. Yes, a little bit deeper. Probably should have added more of that. I gotta get some of that other blue out of my brush. See if that works. Yeah, it's a little deeper, but it's still not quite the blue I'm hoping for. I guess I'm looking for going into a navy-ish color. Here, this will probably do it. This is phthalo blue. So I'm going to try that. There's just so much of this cobalt that it's hard. I don't know why I care, because I'm going to cover this up pretty much. And I always have my heat gun on hand to do a little bit of drying. And I actually love the way this is kind of lighter shades and darker shades of the blue. So that makes me really happy. So we are just getting our background together. And we're going to layer on the other shades of blue. And I've got my handy dandy brayer out tonight. I haven't used that in a long time. Looks a bit better. How you guys doing tonight? Are you creating with me? Or are you just watching? When I use my brayer, I just add a little bit of color at the bottom. I spritz with water and then I brayer it on. Just like that. I love the effects of using a brayer. It makes my heart sing. It is one of my favorite things, and I have not done it in a while. So that just rocked my world. Yes, it did. I'm going to add some white. Cool. Good, good. Yes, yes. Good, Arnett, Roberta. Yes. No more watching. Watching is fun, but creating is even better. Yes. So I'm adding white. And my trusty sprayer again. now I'm going to add more blue on top of that. And you can take your brayer and you can keep layering and keep layering until you're happy with your background and the patterns that you get. It's all up to you. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit more of this darker blue. I'm not going to add water. Look at all those shades of blue. That is awesomeness. And now I'm going to get this phthalo blue. A little water. All of these blues are so similar. Look at that. Oh. Isn't that just some awesomeness going on? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, yes, on the bus. That's awesome. I really appreciate you joining in and taking this all in. Excuse me. All right, I think I'm very happy with this background as it is. So now I'm going to dry it. Because I can see dark blue here, I can see the lighter blues, I can see white, and that's kind of what I wanted to achieve. Being able to see the various shades of blue. If nothing else, whenever I create, if I use this background and then add my art on top of it, whether it be flowers, faces, dress forms, birds, whatever, dragonflies, butterflies, I love this background technique. I really do think it is my favorite because you can just keep layering and just have yummy layers of color and texture, and that to me is awesome. See that? Oh my gosh. That is just gorgeous. Gorgeous. Alright. So I'm actually going to put this to the side and let it dry a little bit more, and we're going to go ahead and do our dress form. You may need a pencil so you can sketch a dress form. And of course, for me, a dress form, you know, you're going to do the breast or the upper body, and I always just kind of think of it as sort of like an a heart almost shape. Okay, so literally I'm just gonna take it and draw sort of like a heart shape. And then you're gonna bring it in for the waist. So you probably can't see that very well. There. Bring it in for the waist, as little as you want that waist to be, and then you want to bring it back out. And your dress can be as big and flowy as you like. Now I just want to compare this to my page. Yeah. And then I don't like making my dresses with straight bottoms, so I kind of just do a wavy line. Okay. Roberta, the beginning was just simply layering the different colors of blue using a brayer. And so I put some white gesso in there. So you're just making your background using gesso and the 3 shades of blue that I provided um, in the color palette. Her waist is little, but it ain't that little, so so I'm kind of changing it up just a little bit. I don't like a waist that gets cinched that much. I like it to flow a little better. Alright, so there is my dress. And I am actually going to color it before I cut it out. And I think I'm going to use my gelatos. I have a yellow, it's called Champagne. And we'll see how this goes. I'm just lightening up my pencil marks. If your pencil marks are too dark, just erase them, but not so much that you can't see them. I like to erase them somewhat so that they don't show through. So I drew them a little bit darker than I typically would because I wanted you guys to see them. Anyway, just gonna color. See how this works with this gelato, because this gelato is a gold color. And see how this shows up. Might have to add some more color to it, might not. I know that you probably can't see it. And I will say this, it would probably have been better if I used some gesso on my paper first, but I did not. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, this color is very light and very similar to the background, but shimmery, and I like that. So you do have to add some water. You could spread with your finger, but I added water. Gelatos are very creamy and spreadable with your finger or with water. I'm digging on that, and that's gonna look good on that background. And if you need to add more colors when you're using gelatos, you can always just rub your paintbrush over it and add your color. Or you can color with it. And now that I've touched it with a wet paintbrush, it's going to help it to be a little bit more creamy on my background or on my dress. I love this color. I love that this is a shimmery color. I'm not worried about being perfect because I'm going to cut it out. I like that. She's got glam. That's because they are easy, girl. They are easy. I want you all to take the stress out of creating. Just enjoy the process and you know, enjoy the ease of doing. If you just kind of go with it Just give it a try. I think that a lot of times it's easier than you think. It's our own doubt and we kind of think that it's not easy. I am a firm believer. I believe like in the power of thought. Like what words you hold are the words and the life you create. So let's see how this turns out. I hope this is what I wanted to be popping from my page. Alright, now I need a pair of scissors to cut my beautiful little dress form out. I'm sure it's not perfectly dry, but it's dry enough. And of course, if you don't have gelatos, no fret, no worries. Just use your acrylics. You never have to use exactly what I'm using. Whatever you have that's available for you to create, just use that. Most of the time, they can be used in the same or similar ways. Beauteous! Alright. Now I'm going to grab my book. I just want to see how this looks on top, and see, I like that. This isn't quite just like the color palette, but since it's such a contrast, it looks good. It looks good. Now, to make it look even better and more fun, I am actually going to, one of my favorite techniques is to crumple. So, I'm balling up my dress. Don't cry, girl. Don't be crying. I know, because you see stuff other people create and you just want to have it. I know. I know the feeling. I've been there, done that. And now I'm in such a wonderful space with creating that I just make do, I wish I could run out and buy everything. Some of the things people use are crazy expensive. Like I want some inks, but those inks are $8 or something or more per bottle, or like golden acrylics. I'm like, I'm just not going to spend that. I need some coupons. Alright, so I've crumpled up my dress, which is going to give it some dimension. And I'm going to take my brown ink pad, which is actually Tim Holtz Distress ink. I'm using the frayed burlap. And I'm only going to go over the creases that are at the bottom of the dress. I'm going to try to leave the top half free of the distress ink. Ooh, looky, that is pretty. That's some pretty right there. And I'm going to, I'm also going to take it and ink the edges. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And when you do this, I'm just rubbing right on there, as you can see, the ink will only adhere to the raised portions where my creases are. Gorgeous. Yeah, they get crazy, some of these things. You know what I really like is when they sell things in packs, like a kit, and then I have like a 40% off coupon, then I buy it. Like if you want gelatos, wait for a coupon and get the kit. I don't, you know, when they sell things separately and each little thing is $8, that drives me nuts. Literally, I know this is crazy, but if you have a kit that costs me 50 bucks, 60, 70, and I can get a 40 or 50% off coupon, yeah, that makes me happy. Because usually you get your 40% off coupon is on one item, so you get to get one $8 bottle of paint for 40% off, and I don't want to buy one bottle at a time. So there, look at that. That's so pretty. I love that. Oh my gosh. Just drying a bit because I want to be sure that when I put adhere it down that the color doesn't come off. Alright, so I have some ribbon because I wanted to actually put ribbon around her waist. So let's see. And I picked this brown color. See if I can make this happen. Without pulling it really tight.